Alright, what's up guys? So today we're going to be talking about the squat, alright? And I'm going to be helping you guys with the butt wink, okay? So if you don't know what butt winking is, it's when you sink to the bottom with your squat and then your lower back rounds and your pelvis tilts, right? So you enter your lumbar flexion and posterior pelvic tilt, right? So I'll show you what that looks like. So butt wink is when you're here, you're squatting with a nice straight back, and at the bottom, you round and your pelvis tilts forward like this, okay? So you're here, like that. So this is obviously dangerous because you don't want your spine to enter lumbar flexion, right? You don't want to be in that position at the bottom, especially under load, because that's a lot of shear force. It's pretty much asking for your disc to bulge out and fucking herniate a disc, right? So you don't want to do that, right? This is going to be a two-part video series, guys. The first part is going to be some technique things you can apply to kind of mitigate this, and then the second part is going to be corrective exercises that will help you counteract this, right? So guys, the first thing we need to understand is that at a certain degree of hip flexion, lumbar flexion and posterior pelvic tilt are inevitable. It will happen and it's impossible to change this, right? At a certain angle, this is going to happen. And this is like, you can find this in any good anatomy text and stuff. You'll know that at a certain angle of hip flexion, your butt will tuck under, you will enter lumbar flexion. So ideally, the first thing you want to do with your technique is to stop before you reach this angle of hip flexion. And this angle is different for everyone, right? And you're going to have to find out what this is for you. So record yourself from the side and then see your squat descend slowly with very little to no weight at all, and see at what angle of your hip flexion does your back start to round, does your butt start to tuck, right? So that's the first thing. You want to be able to stop your squat right before you enter that lumbar flexion and posterior pelvic tilt, okay? And you want to be able to stop wherever this angle is, right? If I go any lower than this, my back will round. So I know that my angle is right here, so I want to be able to stop my squat right here. If I go any lower than this, my back's going to round, I'm going to enter that butt wink. Secondly, guys, what you want to do is establish a consistent torso angle from start to finish, okay? A lot of people, you're going to see they squat and they're going to go down, and on the way up their butt shoots up or something like this, or they're going down and then their torso shifts forward at the bottom like this. The torso shifts upward, and then you don't want to do any of this, right? This also increases your likelihood of losing positioning, entering lumbar flexion, entering a butt wink position, right? So what you want to do is establish a consistent torso angle from the start of your squat, sink down, and ascend with the same angle, okay? So make sure you establish this torso angle first, maintain it through your descend and your ascend. You want this angle to be consistent, okay? So you're here, brace, establish your torso angle, maintain it. And if this means you need to bend over a little more from the start, that's fine. That's not a bad thing. Being bent over a little bit more isn't a bad thing, okay? So you want to be able to bend over a little bit more if that's the angle that you're going to correct to on the way up. So establish that consistent torso angle, okay? Also, what you guys don't want to do is you don't want to overarch your back. You don't want to hyperextend your back, because this is like an overcorrection, right? And as we know, if you guys watched my other video, you know that overcorrecting is never the way to fix an error, right? So if you overcorrect here, your body won't be able to maintain this position, okay? Your muscles won't be able to maintain this, your joints won't be able to maintain this, and at the end, you're going to lose position. Okay, so you actually just want your spine and your core to be flat and braced, okay? So brace from the front, guys. Brace from the front. Don't just flex your back. You want to get a big breath in, brace here, brace your rectus abdominis, your transverse, your obliques, all of it, and keep this angle flat, okay? Keep your spine angle flat, not arch. You don't want to stick your ass out. You don't want to go anterior pelvic tilt. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine, okay? Big breath. Brace from the front, from the sides, all of it, and keep this spine angle and core stable. Establish your torso angle, sink, maintain the torso angle, and then brace, okay? So ideally, you don't want to be talking through your reps like I am. I'm just demonstrating to you guys, but you want to be able to do this all in one breath. Big breath, big brace here, stable, sink, maintain your angle, come back up, maintaining the angle and the brace, okay? Lastly, guys, the last technique thing that you really need to apply if you have major butt wink is actually to put your weight mid-foot instead of toward the back of your foot. So if your center of mass is too far back, your body's going to be reaching back, your hips are going to be reaching back, but you can't really stay in a position of an extended spine with your center of mass too far back, right? So what you want to do is actually put your weight mid-foot, okay? So don't just think heels and mid-foot. Okay, a little bit on the balls of your foot is okay too, but just make sure that you're mid-foot, and that should help you with your center of mass balance so that you'll be in a much better position for your spine. So you won't be too lengthened and you won't be in a position where you can't maintain a neutral spine. Okay, so mid-foot, guys. Mid-foot, and it should be much easier to maintain that neutral spine and stay out of posterior pelvic tilt and lumbar flexion, okay? Alright guys, so just to summarize everything, first off guys, get that stable core, get that core braced, get that spine flat from the start, okay? Secondly, establish that torso angle and maintain it. Keep a consistent torso angle on the way down and up. Third, cut your depth before you reach that angle of hip flexion where your back starts to round, your pelvis starts to tuck, okay? Because this angle, guys, this angle is impossible to change for everyone. You can do a bunch of mobility work, but it's like very negligible. You might be able to get like 1 or 2 degrees of improvement, so just stop at the angle of hip flexion before your back rounds, before your pelvic tucks, okay? Lastly, keep your weight mid-foot, okay? So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. That's pretty much all the technique stuff there is for the butt wink. I am going to make another video with corrective exercises and things that you can do to help you improve this. A plane's coming, so fuck this plane. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that shit. And I hope you guys liked it. And see you guys next time.